Welcome back to Sonic Forces his way further into the game. Because you have to finish this in less than 3 hours, and you can apparently do so once you know what you're doing. Wow, this game is short.
Honestly, I think if you skip all the cutscenes, even on our first playthrough, it's probably shorter than Mania. Because my first Mania playthrough, I think, took me 4 to 5 hours. So, you know...
Let's say it's about 4 hours with cutscenes and all that. And I would say it's about as long as Mania if you skip the cutscenes.
But guys, it's built for replayability. It's not meant to be long.
Let's talk about the replayability, Mr. Completionist Clement. What do you do when you get everything?
Yeah, in the week that I've played this since midnight Monday, which would technically be Tuesday, but I played for 5 days in a row. I went and I got all the red rings, the numbered rings, the silver moon rings. Did you guys know those were even things?
No,
not until you made a post about it a couple of days ago.
I discovered them fairly early on, but only because I was replaying the shit out of Stage 3 to get all the Avatar achievements.
Yeah.
So...
Is this the first Sonic game to do that? Like, have a different tier of collectibles?
Yeah.
Yes.
Adventure 2 had different, like, a hard mode, but not really another level, like, of red rings or things like that.
Well, I mean, with the red rings
It's so
specifically,
bizarre
yeah.
how they handle it, though, because you got to get the 5 red star rings, and then you got to go into the level again to do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 countdown collectible thing, which is ripped straight out of Lost World.
Yeah.
And then you got to go in again to get the moon coins, which are this sort of what's the Mario power-up where they appear on a timer and you have to get them all before they're gone?
The 2D red coins.
The P block and stuff like that
basically.
too. Either way, I'm pretty sure maybe half of the development team were probably playing Super Mario Run in the middle of making
honestly,
this game.
it sounds like getting the special stages in Advance 2 would be more fun than doing all that, though. Ugh.
Ted, you shut your fucking mouth. But Clement, you didn't finish your story. What happens when you collect everything?
Well, you can get a whole bunch of Avatar clothing options.
Which you already do by playing the game normally. I mean, there's probably some exclusive shit you can only get by collecting all the rings.
It seems like the Avatar clothing options are specific to specific missions and not random loot drops.
Yes,
it is pretty fucking lame, though. That's pretty much the only award you get in this game.
On the other
is just
hand,
Avatar clothing.
It's strangely addictive.
I get it if you really like the Avatar sort of thing. But it's like compared to the previous game, or generations more accurately, you know, you got different shields, you got different movement upgrades, ability upgrades, all that shit.
If the
but in this game, it's...
Johnny, why can't you just play a game for the thrill of playing a game for? Why must you be rewarded for the most mundane of fucking things, Johnny? You are what's wrong with gamers today. Fuck you. Fuck this group. I'm going.
I am indeed a fat piece of shit.
You know what Sonic Forces needs? It needs loot boxes. That's what Sonic Forces needs.
Oh, God, no.
No, Clement, that's coming in Sonic Horses, the sequel.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that's what the Sonic Twitter confirmed it.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna fucking laugh if we get a Sonic game later down the road that has, you know what they kind of did in a way, because Sonic Runners had that kind of shit with the roulette wheel and all that sort of thing. Because I know that the Sonic Twitter is run by Sega of America. Sega Japan later down the road is going to make a game with loot boxes, and Sega America is going to be like, ugh. Yeah,
Johnny,
I'm going to fucking laugh.
That's happened, because remember when Mighty Number 9 came out? And there was that infamous, you know, it's better than nothing. And then Forces came out.
Sonic and the Glass House.
And then
Why does every Let's Player run into that goddamn door?
Well, and then when Forces came out, like I'm not sure now, but I know like after the first reviews started coming, Mighty Number 9 had a higher Metacritic than Forces did, and it's just like maybe next time, Sega of America / Aaron Weber, you just quiet time, just sit down and don't say anything, because you'll just fucking embarrass yourself. 2 years down the road.
I would say Forces is about as mediocre as Mighty Number 9, honestly.
So do you guys?
Because I don't think Mighty Number 9 is awful. It's just there.
I'd say that
much like
Forces
this game.
is moderately less clunky than Mighty Number 9, which is saying something more about Mighty Number 9 than Sonic Forces, I actually would say.
Sonic Forces clearly has a much higher production value, but that's to be expected when this is, you know, Sega's flagship franchise, and Mighty Number 9 was just kickstarted by the mob. But still, like, you know what? Like, I've heard a lot of people say that they think the game looks great. I will say, in terms of performance, it's nice that everything's a nice, smooth 60 frames. I think the textures are terrible in this game.
technically,
the textures are oddly bad. Yes.
Generation looks better. Generations looks better than this game.
There's also a weird problem of animation detail that's just missing for some reason. Like when Sonic boosts.
I love this line from Sonic.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's a fun line. I like Sonic's dialogue in this game. It's one of the only consistently good things.
I will say that generally the voice actors do the best with what they have.
No,
they try very hard.
trying.
Yeah. I mean, Shadow sounds like an edgelord, but they're playing that for a joke at this point, apparently. But the other thing though is that animation detail in the levels while you're playing the game. For some reason, Sonic's spines don't have that sort of flies behind you feeling that they do.
The fuck did this come from?
You're talking about basically secondary animations and all that.
And the really obvious one, which was pointed out before the game even came out, is when Sonic and the Avatar are doing their team-up thing, and they're doing the grapple grind thing around those really thin platforms and all. Sonic doesn't animate.
Sonic's model just frozen.
Yeah. It's like you're dragging a Sonic-shaped statue along. It's like you just stole the first edition of the Sonic Adventure 3 collector's statue, and you're making off with it like some kind of goddamn burglar.
Guys, it doesn't matter if the animation's is bad, because finally the story's serious again. And that's what I want in a Sonic game.
Can I bitch about two things specifically with this boss fight? First off,
I already know which one you're going to talk about first.
Well, okay. First off, why the hell does Zavok, however the series wants to pronounce it now, why does he get a boss fight and not Shadow or Chaos? First off, that's weird. Second off, the UI in this game is just freaking terrible. Like, I'm not the only one who wants to grab that freaking health bar and drag it up like 10 feet, right? And have it be in line with the rest of the UI. Not to mention that the fact that the rings counter needs to, like, block half the screen up there is ugly and gross, and I hate it. But, it's...
Also, contrary to every normal game design, you don't want to jump when he slams the ground, because you can't hit him that way.
I know.
You have to stay on the ground in order for him to... That goes against every other boss fight with this mechanic, and that's a lot of them, for the record, in, like, every video game ever.
You also don't want to be too close to the edge after you do the last homing attack, because Sonic goes back a set distance.
Yeah.
That happened to me.
And falls off the edge, which did happen to me, first playthrough.
I will say, though, two very small things, both in this boss fight and the preceding cutscene. I do kind of like that they remixed music from Lost World. Like, this is
I do have some, not a lot, but some affection to this remake of the Deadly Six battle.
One small thing. I think somebody who worked on this game hated the character of Zavok, because he's the only character in the history of the main series game, not counting Boom and how that trophy has sex in the title. But he's the only character we see Sonic physically punch multiple times in the face. Like, someone clearly fucking hated this character.
Everyone hated this character.
He mistook it, clearly for a split second there, he mistook it for a mirror.
I will say this about the Zavok fight, though. I'll say this. I at least appreciate that in a boost formula Sonic game, this was not a runner boss. They actually tried to make a stationary, dodge his patterns, don't constantly run the whole time boss fight. So, it's not great, but it's at least appreciate that.
I'll take some points away from that immediately for a recurring problem in this a recurring problem in this game. All of these supposedly unique bosses that you fight along the way turn out to be basically tutorial rounds for shit you do in the final boss. Zavok is the tutorial round for the Avatar's boss fight, not the modern Sonic one, the Avatar's one, which is why he's not a runner boss.
Two things about what we just saw. One, I will say though, that Zavok fight is better than any fight in Lost World. And two, I love the fact that when Zavok literally disappears, Sonic goes, "Oh, what's that noise?" Not "Why the fuck is he disappearing?" Like, that never crosses his mind. That's kind of weird.
I just murdered someone.
Listen, the guy just shrugged shit off because apparently he was tortured for 6 months. So.
But he looks no worse for wear.
Sonic is surprisingly chipper for what we can imagine is someone who just Zavok like every day comes into that room just to beat the fuck out of him for like an hour or so.
I think when you've already died in one game, nothing else really phases you anymore.
I'll just laugh if when Rouge says they've been torturing him for months, he actually heard that like third hand, not even second hand, but third hand, and the actual form of torture torture has just been strapping him to a chair and making him watch the Jaleel White version of himself.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that like physical torture? It's just making him watch, like Sonic 06 playthroughs nonstop for 6 months.
Oh, hi, Final Rush. What are you doing in this game?
So, in other words, gaming channels on YouTube a few years back.
Yeah.
What nerds would
He was
watch
watching
that?
my Let's Plays?
Wow, everybody
Welcome
really
to
hates me,
BrainScratch
don't they?
Commentaries.
Ryan, what are
Alright.
you doing? Boost. There you go.
Don't homing
I
attack
boosted.
underneath the goddamn crusher hazard. Are you
I
mad?
got through just fine.
This is another stage that I feel like I wish the stage was twice as long because I love this stage.
This
like
is just
aesthetically.
Starlight
It's
Carnival.
It's Final Rush.
Ted. It's Starlight Carnival.
Can I just say though, I was surprised. I wasn't surprised by them bringing the Death Egg back, but I was surprised by the Death Egg being surrounded by Sonic Unleashed Star Destroyers.
No, what I don't get is that everyone's like so nonchalant, kind of, about how the Death Egg's back. It's like, wasn't this Eggman's end game for 2 whole games? But he just rebuilds it like it's nothing now. It's like, what?
No, technically 3, because he had one in Sonic 4, didn't he?
Ted, I mean Ryan. Technically, in SA1, he builds 2 egg carriers for the fuck of it. This is just his backup Death Egg in case in case
Infinite goes against him.
And just to give the game a little bit of props, I do like how they brought the Death Egg monitor bot back as a background detail.
All wings reporting. Red King standing by. Red 3 standing by. Red 6 standing by. Red 9 standing by.
Red 2 standing by.
Red 11 standing by.
Red 5 standing by.
By the way, did you guys watch that popular movie from 40 years ago?
Forrest Gump.
Okay, so we don't have any torpedo Sonic. You're gonna have to dive bomb into that ventilation shaft and take care of the Death Egg from within.
I'm glad everyone here, too, also saw that popular movie from 40 years ago.
Yeah, I did hear your audio edits, by the way. So.
Yes.
You're all clear, kid. Let's boost this thing and go home.
I want to point something out here. That's one of the most elaborate levels in the game, and without deaths, it's 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
All the levels in this game are short, which is to a certain extent it's a bit of a mercy because the game focuses so hard on replaying levels to unlock stuff.
You see, I don't have any problem replaying the 3 to 5 minute levels in Sonic Adventure, Sonic Colors, Sonic Unleashed, or Generations. I have no problem with that. Here, it feels like whenever I'm just about to start getting into a level, when I'm starting to have a little bit of fun, because, as shallow as the boost gameplay can sometimes be, there's still some inherent fun there, but it feels like just as I'm about to get into the flow of the level, the stage just stops. It doesn't end, it stops, which is a big difference. Like right there, in that past stage, you were about to dive down into the tunnel, which supposedly should have led to, the final, platforming part of the stage, and then it just ends, out of nowhere. It feels like stages...
The boost gameplay, when actual shit is given to the level design, can be very fulfilling. It's one of the reasons why we love stages like Rooftop Run from Sonic Unleashed.
Yeah.
And by pretty much every boost stage in Generations, barring Planet Wisp.
On the subject of the level designs, John, you were saying in your review, which went up 17 hours ago or so.
But you could find it, so call me John.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
frickin' whore!
You see the
Fucking whore.
Says the guy with over 3 times the amount of subscribers this BrainScratch
I
does.
gotta plug my shit that pays the
I
bills.
love, guys, like I say, I love how Ryan is the most intricate. He keeps always having to go, Jordy, you got so much more subscribers than we do. Why?
You have precisely 200,015 subscribers more than we do.
In that review, you were talking about at the end, how we should get some young faces into the Sonic team stuff, and this game has 3 level designers, and all of them are new.
No, only 2 of them are.
One's
two
from
of them
Lost
are?
World.
Yeah, 2 of them are.
Yeah.
So who's the third?
How many level designers?
One of them,
3.
3 level. I believe one came from either Colors or Lost World, and the other 2 are new. And so when this game said from the team that brought you Colors and Generations, I think it's just because Sonic Team technically made both those games. because that's like the actual creative team is that nothing to do with those two games.
So, now, movie studios do that all the time. From the producer of, except they didn't really do anything. From the art director of, from the assistant production assistant of.
No, seriously, no. One time I literally saw from the studio that brought you X. That means fucking nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, exactly.
3 level designers.
Oh, hi, Ted. It's fist bump.
One being a veteran, and the other 2. Wow, holy
but
shit!
But that raises another question. That would imply that like the main bulk of Sonic team is working on something else. What's something else?
You think so?
I don't. I think it just means that Sonic team have no money in this day and age, so they can only hire 3 people.
Although I find it really, I find it just damning that out of all the Sega releases of this year, the 2 games with the lowest Metacritic scores are Sonic games.
What was the other one? Johnny. Wait, you mean this and Mania?
No, this and I believe it was probably another mobile game.
I thought, didn't Boom Fire and Ice come out this year? Or was that 16?
No, last year.
No.
Okay.
No. That was 2016.
Fire and Ice was literally the only game released on Sonic's anniversary, but of course the social media team just didn't acknowledge it whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we talk about how little this game got marketed?
The marketing team did not care.
Mania?
I think that they just straight up did not care.
Johnny, I will say technically speaking, Mania only had 3 trailers. They're all amazing. Forces had a bunch of trailers. They just all fucking suck. Like whoever edited the Infinite trailer, can we please fire and then beat with a stick? Because that is one of the worst fucking trailers
Mania
ever.
also had custom 2D beautiful hand-drawn animation for its trailers, where Forces, they just reused cutscenes. They didn't have anything nearly as elaborate.
Ted, yes they did. The Forces had multiple fully CG scenes in their trailers. The scene where like they revealed trailer. The trailer where they revealed Chaos, Shadow, Zavok, and Metal. That's all like Mars and Planet CG. So incorrect, Ted.
Yeah, but there's far less of it than there is for Mania, though.
I have a point to make. Marketing and trailers are not the same thing because
it is technically trailers are marketing.
It's the difference between a fruit and an apple. There were trailers, but what did we get for Sonic Mania? We got trailers. We also got a shit ton of pre-release gameplay footage to show us what the game was like. And, also this really cool collector's edition that they hyped up, which was worth it, by the way.
Yeah, but to be fair though, with Forces, and I will say on the whole, the marketing wasn't good for Forces, but they did release multiple level trailers, multiple music tracks. They had those
the last
pre-release
2 weeks.
comics. Lewis, to be fair, in your statement, you didn't say multiple videos within X amount of time.
Yeah,
they released multiple videos.
They released the bulk of Sonic Forces marketing in like the last few weeks leading up to release. They barely even mentioned that there was a bonus edition. And
you see, the thing is that Sonic Mania came out first, so it kind of felt like what was happening is they spent like all of the summer building up hype for Sonic Mania, and then afterwards, Forces also exists. It very much felt like that, which kind of...
They didn't focus on Forces at all during the time they were focusing on Mania, so...
Yeah, because I think they had more faith in Mania as a product, pretty much.
Yeah, but I'm going to say, but here's the thing, though. Compared to... Because both games were revealed at the same time, and it was clear that most of that marketing went towards Mania. But the thing is that once Mania is finally out, oh shit, it's only 2 months before Mania comes out. And we have not done much... What? Let's see. Did I say Mania twice?
Yeah.
Go play Sonic Mania is basically what I'm saying.
There you go.
But but it's like after Mania's out, they realize shit. Forces is coming out in a couple of months, and we haven't done nearly as much hyping that game up as we had with Mania. So I don't know. They put themselves in a corner, and as a result, I was so fucking indifferent to the game coming out. Besides maybe the Avatar shit.
Maybe if the game had came out in spring, like it was originally.
What Johnny's saying is that we should talk about this next video.
No, what Johnny's clearly trying to say is that Sonic 4 is the best game ever made.
Yes, it's no words.